Hello, everyone, and welcome back once again to the land of gods and giants. Uh, when last we left off, our wild walkers, uh, in after waking up in the crossroad village of Grossforth, uh, were keen to get back onto the road after their quarry, the Court of Whispers. Um, Ophalon, in particular, after a bit of a bad uh, dream, discussion with a potential snow hag, um, whatever all went on there. Um, you all began to head out of Grossforth with the intention of stopping at a few of the market stalls because Grossforth is a market town built around crossroads. In fact, as you all approached the crossroads market, you saw what must have been the original cart that set up the crossroads here that was being consumed by an ancient olive tree, massive in size. Uh, while Kyra went to the local graveyard to have a conversation with her deity, Omenda and Juniper found their way over to a Bowyer slash Fletcher to look over some things. Omenda walked away with a new crossbow as well as some walloping ammunition. And Juniper purchased for Kyra some silvered arrows, and then found her own self over to an apothecary where she procured some equipment for making health potions. Meanwhile, Ophalon found his way to a smithy and picked up a new sort of souped up version of a double-ended scimitar. Asked some questions of the gnomes there and moved on. And Ewan sat on top of this ancient olive tree and formed himself a trinket that cost him 3 of his first level spell slots for the day, but will come in very handy at some point in the future, I'm sure. After all of this shopping was getting done, Ophalon, you found yourself accosted by a rather large, kind of swarthy tiefling man who looked down at you and referred to you as Billy, before headbutting you as hard as he could. A little bit of pandemonium broke out as all of you rushed to the aid of your friend, but the tiefling had some friends of his own. After a little bit of fighting and a couple of their people being fully knocked to the ground by kung fu rabbits and other other various things, a suggestion by Juniper brought the fighting to a close, whereupon you learned these mercenaries that were attacking you were the Cross Guard, a mercenary guild here allied with the town. And it came out that someone who looked very much like Ophalon, and in fact was Ophalon, was causing a ruckus a few days before. You all managed to explain the situation involving changelings and stealing of faces and shadows, and pieces started to get put together. The Crossguard let you all know that they were very apologetic for the misunderstanding. They wished you well in your journey ahead to find these this court of whispers, and also they offered a bit of a well, if you had time next you were passing through, to stop by and maybe have a drink. All of you and the Lady Rhiannon, your cart and horses ready at the edge of town, begin to head out once again into the wilds of these plains of Eara. The next stop along the road is the town of Gedlin, which is about 260 miles upriver. The road parallels the river most of the way through the plains, and other than that, there's not a whole lot between here and there. At least that is marked on your map. 260 miles on, barring any delays, should take you all approximately 5 to 6 days. 6 days would be if there were delays. 5 is if you are able to make good time every day of travel. And that is where we begin, my wild walkers, with all of you on the road, the Lady Rhiannon on her own horse ahead, giving a bit of a scout. And I ask you all, as we begin to travel, what are you all doing? Yes, Ophalon.
Aside from his standard kind of jogging alongside, because he likes to keep his energy low, or at least burn off the excess. Ophalon's just kind of still kind of coming to terms with the last couple of days and reframing his thoughts, and he's just kind of like, in his head, he's like, I know you're out there, Fife. I'm coming to find you. And then everything's going to be okay. Also, I don't care for the fact that it took me like a month to get that fucking Billy Goat joke. You son of a bitch.
Let's see.
He's got a chunk of jerky now. He's jogging.
Let's see. Hostile. Okay. So, as we begin this bit of travel, I need someone to roll a d6 for me. Oh, look, it's Ewan. And then, Omenda, you can roll the d8. Yes, Ewan. A 1?
Uh-oh.
Alrighty. I'm ready for the D8.
The Dagda, again.
Hold on. Okay, and then, yes, go ahead, Omenda, and roll a d8.
2.
2.
Not great rolls today.
Interesting.
Oh, shit. Oh, okay.
Okay. Then I will roll for myself on the behind.
Huh.
right. You all head out onto the plains. It is a calm, slightly breezy day as you all are traveling out here. And you begin to make good time. Nothing tremendously interesting happens on this day. The rocking of the cart back and forth, the gentle rolling of the wheels on the dirt road, the slosh of the river to your right. Occasionally, the road will dip a little ways away from the river and you'll lose sight of it, but then it will come, usually just going around a hillock or something like that. But eventually it comes back. And you do see the occasional small, like, riverboat with somebody out fishing in the middle of the water. Of course, the river will get more impassable the further north that you go. But after about, close to 10 or so hours of riding along the road, it begins to get dark. You guys can set up camp, and you make very good progress on this first day.
Can I find some camp close to some, like, a thicket of trees?
Go ahead and make a perception check with advantage for me.
$26.
26. Yeah, you have to go off the road quite a bit. There's like a copse of trees out towards the out to the west of you. So maybe like half a mile, 3/4 of a mile off the road, you can get to a little copse of trees pretty easily. You're still in kind of hilly plains, so with the Lady Rhiannon's help, the cart isn't hindered too badly, but it does take a little bit to get the cart over in that direction. But yeah, you find it's not a forest by any means, but it's a thicket. It's a copse out here. All of quaky aspens out here in the middle of the plains.
Cool. Set up camp.
Hell yeah.
All right.
God,
Hmm.
can you tell that it's an aspen because of the way that it is?
What?
Have you not seen that meme?
See that meme?
No.
You can tell it's an aspen because of the way that it is.
This here's an aspen. You can tell it's an aspen because of the way that it is. And he turns and just keeps walking.
Amazing.
Could I spend our night at camp before I go to bed and stuff, doing a little hunting?
Yeah, absolutely. What are you hunting for?
Oh, phenomenal. Or
We'll
Omanda, there are
small
3 different
game, like
hunters.
rabbits and stuff.
Well,
I
go
just
hunt
want to
some
do
rabbits.
stuff.
Yeah, that's
That's
fine.
valid.
You can go do stuff. You've got a fancy new crossbow, and you don't have to use your mildly explosive ammo to hunt rabbits.
Yeah, I do not need to use my mildly explosive ammo to hunt rabbits.
Oh, and then I mentioned this briefly in the last session, but I want to reiterate. Regular ammo for your bows and your crossbows and stuff, I'm not going to worry about you tracking that. If you have any special ammo like silver arrows, walloping ammunition, that stuff, that I do need you to track. keep track of, because that stuff you'll have to buy. With the skills of Kyra and Ewan, and their ability to their kind of bushcraft ability, you guys can make regular arrows and regular crossbow bolts no issue.
Ewan's arrows are
got
way
us a
nicer
whole
than
ass-
mine.
I did get a whole ass Fletcher's kit.
He like puts tips on them. I can't do. I can sharpen a stick and use it to shoot something.
Because Omenda, you are not a ranger with a background feat that just says you find food no matter what.
Yeah, I gotta roll for it.
I'm gonna have you roll. So we're going to, first things first, I'm gonna have you roll a d20 for me. This is a luck check.
Okay. Hey, that's pretty good. That's 16.
16. After a little bit of time, you despite spending much of your time on the sea, Omenda, you find yourself to be a somewhat adept hunter, just because you have these sticky frog-like fingers that allow you to climb up trees and just kind of silently hang there and keep an eye on things. After a bit of time, you see, a few, no rabbits out here, but you do see some, like a rather fat covey of, like, ptarmigans, which are like like partridges, like they're game birds. And they're currently in their summer coat, so they're brown instead of white, but they are out there in the grass at the edge of the copse of trees, kind of out there, just making noises at each other and in the grass.
Let me see. I don't think I have. I didn't look at any of my spells today. I don't think I have like a speak with animals or anything. I'm gonna just try to shoot one of them.
Hell yeah! Go ahead and roll to hit, my man. Do you have dark vision?
I do not.
Okay. This is unfortunately a disadvantage because it is getting towards night.
Damn. The first one was low. The second one was a 19. However, I got a +7. So
Okay.
we're looking at 13.
13? Yeah. You kind of creep around on the tree. You take out your crossbow. Puff of feathers. And the rest of the ptarmigans fly out into the grass. But you look down and you do see a dead game bird there.
So I have a question really quick.
Mm-hmm.
Could I attempt being a little bit on a tree? How far am I from these birds? Am I like pretty close?
You were able to get within 40 or so feet of them.
Oh, okay. Because I was gonna say, I wanted to see if I could like try to jump and grab another one.
Oh.
But nah, they're too far away.
But yeah, you find yourself. I mean, you don't just have to stop at one. If you would like to continue trying to hunt them, that's totally fine.
I would definitely try to see, because it seems like that might be the ones that are out here. So I'm gonna look for more.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and roll. How much time would you like to designate to this tonight?
Probably, we probably categorize the night as like 6 hours or something. So I'd probably use like 3.
Okay. So before you go to bed, 3 hours out hunting. In that span of time, Omenda, you will bring back a total of 4 of these pudgy game birds.
Hell yeah, dude.
They just need plucked and prepared, and they'll be able to be cooked over a fire.
Yeah. Kind of walks back into camp and he's like, well, I don't really hunt these, so I don't really know what to do with them. So whoever can prepare them brought some food.
Holy shit! You did all that by yourself?
Yeah, I'm pretty capable when I try, you know?
When I
Not
try.
bad.
That's pretty impressive.
Kyra, you had your hand up.
Oh, when Ominda made it clear that he was gonna go hunt, Kyra was like, "Oh, cool. I'll go find something else to do."
I'll take a
Fair
night
enough.
off.
And she goes and she finds one of these like more sturdier aspens, and takes her leathers off that have been less common place in her wardrobes because of the summer heat, and uses one of these lower branches to just start doing like pull-ups and stuff.
Nice.
Get some gym time in.
Well, I'm not fighting or hunting as much as I used to, so I've got to keep. It's really hard to pull back a bowstring, let alone two of them. So my muscles will atrophy, and I won't be able to use them as well, and I don't want that to happen.
The string on his new crossbows ain't as easy to pull either. I understand.
Kyra is a relatively like small and lithe woman, but her like shoulder and back muscles are intense. Like she is built but little.
I was always more proficient at taking down game that came straight at me. It was never much of a shot.
Ah, you
That's
seem
true.
like the type. It's okay, Ewan takes things out perfectly fine too, and he never uses a bow.
I like to drop out of the tree branches and strangle them.
Wild.
You'd
I
be
like to when the light leaves their eyes.
It's kind of terrifying to watch.
Yeah, that's actually not too dissimilar to some of the folks that do that out in the islands. That's often how they hunt out there.
You got issues, man.
No, I just like things to know that they're gonna die when I kill them.
I think it's part of hunting that knows you're gonna die.
I like that thrill, yes. There were many a times I was between the jaws of a beast and I thought I was going to die.
But
And
you
now I
didn't.
am. No. Now their jaws are mine.
Kyra like lifts herself up and hooks her legs over the underside and starts doing curl-ups instead.
Juniper's just sitting, playing with Bramble, silently laughing to herself as she listens to these lunatics.
True.
I just killed something that I need to eat. That's where that statement goes. I mean, I do really like hunting, though. The thrill of, something knowing that I'm not coming is quite enjoyable.
Like the thrill of the fight, I think.
I could do less about that and more of the fact that I just like... Never mind.
Lol.
You like death or something?
I bet you like their bones.
I do have a collection of bones. Mostly
I was just
teeth.
about to ask if you had a collection of bones. I seem I don't
You
have
seem like a
to.
bone lady.
Mostly teeth.
Oh, I don't. I thought maybe it would be a couple femurs, but
Well, I mean,
Teeth.
my bow is made of antler, but like, I mostly
makes sense.
it's hard to carry. Bones are not very light.
that's true. You can keep some of the bones from these birds. Make a couple of what are they called? Their totems or tokens. You know what I mean? Do something like that.
I don't want to keep a decaying bird around so that, I
Oh,
can
no,
take
we're
its
gonna eat 'em.
bones.
No, we're gonna eat its flesh, you know.
Yeah, but the only bones I would want would be like the skull or something, and that I don't want to eat that for
That's
that
why-
to get gooey.
Well, you see, I just suck on it, and then all the meat will go down, and I'll give you the bones.
Impressive. I didn't even know you had the ability to suck on anything.
Oh, we're gonna.
Hi, listen.
Pause.
Kyra walking around with a little pouch on her hip that says "Dead dove, do not eat."
More like a box, but yeah.
I don't know why I was surprised.
I don't know what I
don't know what I
expected.
expected.
Juniper just looks up. What is this conversation that y'all are having?
It's called team bonding. You should
I
try
just
it.
chime in every once in a while to keep things fun.
So what do you keep there, Juniper? What's one of your little secrets, special interests?
Oh, Lord.
I bet you have
Yeah.
a weird collection of pens. You seem like a pen person. Like a bunch
What
of
the
That's
different
fuck's
true.
a pen?
quills.
Believe it
Yeah.
or not.
Ooh, actually, you can get you a few quills out of this.
Didn't really have a whole lot of time for hobbies. My caretaker kept me pretty busy helping her keep our village healthy.
Well,
Dumb twats.
well, that's pretty sad. I think it's important for everybody to have a hobby. So, Juniper, if you could have a hobby today, something that you could do for fun, what would it be? Think about it.
She just conjures a stream of magic.
I don't know what that means. Is that just? It's not a
You're-
hobby. That's talent.
Magic.
That's a challenge, not a hobby.
But it's what I find very interesting.
That's true. Next time we get somewhere magical, you better don't ask some questions.
we're going to the-
that was a metagame comment.
I feel like we're going to where the magic would be most prevalent.
That's true.
You know, the twin elf villages and whatnot. I
There's
mean, they're
magic
way off,
everywhere if
but
you
like,
pay enough attention.
well, yeah, not everyone can just touch the ground and grow trees, Ewan.
Yeah.
Sounds like a fucking you problem. You should listen a little closer. Maybe if you listen to them, they'll grow when you ask them to.
Not
amazing.
everyone has the same skills as you do, Ewan.
Yeah, sometimes they're not talking to us, you know? We'll listen and it's just silence.
I suppose before my parents left when I was young, I liked going on walks a lot in the woods.
Well, we are on one of the longest walks you've probably ever been on, I bet.
Luckily, you
Well,
don't have to walk
maybe.
the whole way.
There's a giant blank in my memory for part of my childhood.
Giant blank. Alright.
Like, trauma-caused blank?
So I have no idea.
Well-
I'm just missing a giant gap of my memory.
I
One
suppose
day-
it'd all be trauma caused, whether mental or physical, you know.
One day I was walking in the
I guess-
woods, and then there's a blank in my memory, and then the next thing I was home again.
Hmm.
That seems a bit on the fishy side.
You just hear the lady Rhiannon kind of from off to the side as she's munching on some of her own rations and kind of getting her horse taken care of for the night. Just because that just sounds like Fae bullshit.
It probably was.
That's true.
Wait, what do you mean that sounds like... Aren't you, like, as Fae as they come? Aside from that one.
Yeah, aren't
And
you?
she points at you and...
Aren't you Faye bullshit?
And she looks at you all, just kind of raises her eyebrow and smiles, and she says, "Only half Fae bullshit."
Oh, so Ewan is still the most Fae bullshit out of all of us.
Well, yes,
I
him
think so.
and he points at Ewan and he points at Ophalon and says, both of those two in different ways are the most Fae bullshit that's going on right now. Now, granted, my ancestry is arch-Fae bullshit. So, that's another higher level, but I don't know.
I feel
It's,
that means more concentrated levels of Fae bullshit.
You're probably not wrong. And again, it's at this point that, like, you guys look upon the Lady Rhiannon again and realize, you know, yeah, she's half Tuatha De Danann and she's half Tilwith Teg. And so, as a godling, as a child of gods in the Pantheon, she she kind of just looks like a super majestic half elf, because that's kind of what she is. A godly half elf. Right. Well,
Have you guys ever thought
Yeah.
about like if the Tuatha De Danann are their like own species, right? Because they're gods. Do you think their blood works the same way as ours does?
I don't think the deities are as bound to the flesh illusion as we are.
Did you just call it the flesh illusion?
I mean, none of this is really real. In the
I
cosmic
suppose-
span of it all, it will blink and none of this will be left anymore.
I suppose even a blink is as real as anything. I suppose.
No.
But if
What
you're paying
does
enough
happen to
attention,
you
you'll
on
feel
top
the
of that
entirety of
tree?
the blink. Oh,
What
I'm
was
really
that?
tired, sorry. Third eye very open the whole time. I'm kind of exhausted.
Well,
Uh,
thank you for that bit of existentialism, Ewan.
Oh, don't worry,
The,
enjoy the blink. Like I was saying, if you pay attention, you feel every part of it.
Need to go
Rhiannon,
train these birds.
I'm
Rhiannon
gonna
says,
take a nap.
I wasn't there for it, but they said that long ago when my mother, or when my, not her mother, when my aunt had her arm cut off by her own mother.
Wow.
It's well, it's said she bled quite heavily for, I think it was at least 7 days and nights she bled. So I'm going to, I know how my blood works. The Tuatha De Danann certainly have blood, but I don't think it necessarily has to follow the same rules.
I suppose if they were meant to bleed, they'll bleed. But if they were meant to die, they'll die.
And that
that's
still
fair.
hasn't happened yet.
But it's not entirely true. Because if Sylvanas is dead, wouldn't it have been left? Like, wouldn't there have been signs left behind?
It would. Lady Rhiannon, like a shadow kind of comes over her face as this topic of conversation comes up, and she just says, I have serious doubts that the Lord of the Forests is dead. And my reason for that is because there should or would be signs if a god's the entire domain would shift, because there has to be someone to look out for the domain, so it would be shifted into other parts of the pantheon.
All the trees would be dying too, right?
I would assume that would also happen, yes. It would not
Would-
bode well.
Would it happen if another entity took his place?
Well, I can't speak for myself, I'm not part of the Pantheon, but everything I've heard from the Tilwith Teg, they're not necessarily as close-knit of a family as the Tuatha De Danann tend to be, but they would know if something that extreme happened and someone was replaced. You wouldn't be able to hide it. You have to remember, I know that you all met the Dagda and he just kind of seemed like a very large man out in the wilderness somewhere.
That is true.
She just says, maybe it would be easier to show you. I'm sorry, I'm not as good with magic as my sister, but let me see if I can. And she begins to like wave her hands around, and the fire in your fire pit begins to morph and change until you all begin to see shapes moving about. And you see like a large throne room, and you see people kneeling before the throne, and you see this large imposing man with a wrought crown, and that same familiar club, that double-ended staff by his side, as he waves his hand, and in the imagery of the fire he looks to be making like a speech, and you all see these people kneeling before him, and then you all realize, oh, those are the giants kneeling before him, and they are of a size compared to him as you all were to him when you met him. So he's massive. Truly massive. Says, and she kind of stops with the magic, and the fire goes back to normal. She says, things have changed a lot, but the gods they're still gods. There are forms that they can take, and they have physical forms, and those physical forms can be damaged, but to kill a god would be a feat only possible by, I presume, another god. Far easier to become a god. Still nigh impossible, but far easier to become one. My sister and I are technically on a fast track to join the Pantheon at some point in the next millennia. So,
Suppose that's fast.
in our lifetimes, certainly.
It's like a blink to them. I suppose to you too, huh?
Eh?
You probably won't. You probably live way longer than the rest of us.
Oh, yes. Maybe.
Well, I doubt
I don't. Dwarves live a long time.
Yes.
Or he might make me upset in the bar one night and that
Well,
Amanda, I entertain your delusion because it's funny, Amanda, but I need to remind you that it's a delusion that you'd ever beat my ass.
Here's the thing, you were in chains before, I put you in chains again.
I don't know what your obsession with chains is, but I could have at any point could have gotten out of those.
you know, we were just in a town that had a brothel. You could have dealt with this problem while we were there, right?
What?
You're. Never mind. I was trying.
Oh,
to
I
joke.
see what you're talking about. I get it. It took me a little slow on the uptake. A little dry for the night.
Mm.
Lady Rhiannon chuckles and just says, well, I mean, here in the next, maybe it'll take us about 5 days to reach Gedlin, about another 5 to reach the mountains, and from there maybe a week to reach Aphanaith. But if we get the chance to go from Aphanaith to Eothlin, you get to see just how long some of your people can live, Ewan. Some of the original Eladrin still live there.
I wonder if we'll find like where you came from. If someone can identify you when we get there.
Maybe they know more about like the Transition thing and can teach me.
Maybe so. Well, we've got a long journey ahead. Get yourselves to sleep, eh? You guys have a night here in this copse of trees. Are you guys just going to sleep? You keeping watch? What's the situations?
I will probably keep watch through the night just because while we travel I sleep during the day because I have disadvantage on perception checks anyway.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
I
That
will.
works.
She just hides in the back of the cart and naps and reads and pretends that nothing else is going on.
Alrighty. If you're keeping watch, Kyra, go ahead and make a series of perception checks for me. We'll start the first one for the first chunk of the night.
26 for the first one.
Perfect.
Do you want 3 of them total?
Yes, please.
27 for the second one. And 21 for the last.
Okay. Let's see. Okay. The night progresses and everyone gets their long rest. Yes, Kyra.
I would also like to string my new the string on my bow.
Yes, you can do that over the course of
While
the long
I'm-
rest.
Resting and watching everybody. Watching you all sleep.
Totally fine.
Talking about sleep in a bucket of water.
Yeah.
Yeah, I walk over there and I just kind of cup of water and then pour it over top of him periodically when the top of him gets dry.
Can confirm, frogs just sleep through that shit. They're just like, water. Great. I don't give a fuck where it's coming from. It's water. Yeah, the night begins to, you're getting through it. You and the Lady Rhiannon, both being who they are, also don't need as much sleep as the rest of your party. However, as we approach dawn, Kyra, the sun is just... It hasn't even really appeared yet. You're just seeing the light of it starting to appear over the horizon. And you hear a sound kind of from the other side of this little copse of trees. It's maybe like 4 or 5 acres of trees out here. And you hear a sound backing away further into the trees. You hear a... and some...
I swear to God, Kyle. I swear to God.
God, it's a giant chocobo.
They're the fucking freaky ass owl things again.
What do you do, Kyra?
I will grab my bow.
Mm-hmm.
I will, have Taran, come to my side.
Mm-hmm.
Dip down into a full, like, stealth, squat, crouch type situation. And go and... Because it takes a lot of a more chance for them to see me than the other way around. So I will go and see if I can see what's going on.
Got it. Go ahead and roll for me a stealth check.
Just want to double check, make sure I don't have it. Oh no, okay. $23.
23.
Mm-hmm.
You sneak off through the trees. You travel for maybe 5-6 minutes before you hear that sound again. And you hear a sound of like ripping flesh. And crouching down in the brush, you look across and you see ahead of you. Go ahead and make a perception check, actually, for me.
$25.
25. You see a kind of a grisly sight ahead of you. A stag on the ground that has had its belly ripped open. One of its legs has been ripped off and kind of casually tossed to the side, and you see a hulking form. It's back to you, like with its face down in the cavity of the body of this animal, just ripping chunks of meat off and eating this creature.
I will look to the dog that can just tippy tap out of existence periodically. And I will, because I do believe I have a telepathic link to the dog.
You can command the dog with your mind.
Okay,
Yeah.
I figured as much. I will look at Tarn, and I will tell him to go retrieve Ewan.
Okay. You're telling the dog to go and retrieve Ewan, and as Tarn prepares to bound away, you see him being a sight hound. You see him stop, and his eyes like flick back in that direction, and his ears go back. And Kyra, you turn and look, and you see this creature has stopped what it's doing, and you see it lift its head and begin to sniff the air. And it turns its moon-like face towards you, a grizzled beak covered in blood and viscera, these tuft-like ears, the body of a bear, the face of an owl, as it looks in your direction and gives out a and is going to begin to trundle towards you as you see a few more shapes coming out from behind it in the woodlands.
Can I assume that it has seen me?
It has smelled you.
Smelled me. Okay, I
You were visually well hidden. It was
Yeah.
able to smell you.
I figured. Okay. Fuck. Okay. I am going to use the fact that it has not seen me yet. And fucking run.
Okay. You take off. You're with Taran beside you. Taran, understanding in this situation, it's smart enough, or it's smart to
He's a smart boy.
not. No, he is, and he is a hunting dog, and he knows in this instance that sound is. He does not bay out a howl or a cry. He just takes off with you as you begin to run through, and you just hear that call again, and you hear the heavy weight of multiple of these creatures begin to crash through the underbrush. Within a couple of minutes, you arrive at the camp. Kyra, what do you do?
I am running directly to where Ewan is meditating. And like grabbing his vest and just shaking him.
God,
And
Jesus
then I
fuck!
just cover his mouth as soon as he his eyes open, and I'm like,
This does wake everyone.
Yeah.
This sound that is approaching. and I'm gonna need everyone to roll initiative.
Initiate.
Because
achieved my
you
long
enrolled for the encounter to happen on the first day of travel.
Let's go.
And hold on to your initiatives, and then I will ask for them.
I'm not gonna lie. This is the main reason I'm hesitant to do the new initiative format for the next session, because I'd like taking out the initiative roll. It feels like you're removing part of the core D&D.
So you still.
That's why keep your average.
Yeah,
Then
everybody
you use their
still
initiative
rolls.
score.
Yeah.
Everyone
So-
just goes at the same time.
Yeah.
Right. So would you would roll for initiative, and then I would average you all out, or I would just
I
use
don't
your
have 'em
initiative
roll.
bonus?
I just use the initiative bonus. It's
Okay.
a lot easier.
So you'd
that
add
way.
them together, and then
That way, it still has the agency that it does
Okay.
present.
Then let's see here.
God,
Mhm.
have we obtained a long rest?
Yes,
Right.
this happens at dawn.
All
so
right.
Okay, thank the Lord.
also Steam
I
sharing.
was gonna say, Ewan has the like
Come
sleeping
on.
habit of a like 17-year-old. So it's literally just like stays up until really late, is asleep for 4 hours, and then is up before dawn again to do his hoodlum nonsense.
his hoodlum nonsense.
Hey, that's a very technical term.
That's a
I'll roll.
very technical term.
I'll roll initiative. Oh, that's hot.
Eh.
Did you roll a natural 20?
I did.
I also rolled
That's hot.
That's an
I
11.
wish I rolled a natural 20.
Go ahead and hold on to that for me.
Okay.
Ah! Ah!
Ignoradia. My nasty. Sorry. I did ask me why I did that, because I don't know why.
An old bear.
An owlbear.
An old bear got him.
It's okay, Paul. I'm pretty sure the girl that little thing comes from also did not intend.
No. She was going through some shit, is what she was doing. My nasty.
We all got a long rest though, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Yes, Jackin.
Perhaps someday I'll be able to get rid of this level of exhaustion.
Same.
Maybe one day.
Maybe
Well-
one day.
Well, if we don't, we'll both be dead. So, you know.
That's true.
All right. Let's see here.
Some sweet music that I'm gonna turn down. There we go.
Fuck you.
There's a
Uh,
bat.
Oh.
I'm joking.
Ooh, that is awesome, man. Awesome music.
Let's see. Go ahead and add her. Okay. Uniper.
11.
Ewan.
Natural 20 for 24.
Amanda.
19 for 24.
24. Ophalon.
10.
Oh,
Koira.
Natural 20 for a total of 28.
sweet Jeebus.
I simply refuse to believe that you both rolled natural 20s.
I have advantage on initiative, God.
You do have advantage on initiative, and it hurts me every day. Let me go ahead and roll. Lady Rhiannon is fucking sacked out. Super low initiative for her. Okay. And then I'll roll for Zibidis. Oh. Well, that's just fun for me. Okay. No surprise round this go around. Travis, you rolled an 8?
Yes, an 8 plus 2 for 10.
Oh, for 10. Why did it?
I don't know. I said 10.
You did say 10, and I typed 10, and it sent you
It
to
said
8.
8.
That was
Did
so
you roll
weird.
it on D&D Beyond?
No.
Oh,
Okay, that's all done. So no surprise round. However, everyone except for Kyra and Ewan will start this combat prone. Because you were sleeping.
Do I start it prone from my bucket?
You are sleeping in a bucket. I'm going to consider that as yes. It takes you half your movement to get out of the bucket.
Yeah, that's okay.
The quiet of the night is just interrupted by these terrible hooting growls as Kyra comes into Camp Ewan and shakes you awake. You all hear this, and all of you shoot awake. And at the top of the initiative, Kyra, it's your go. There are none of these creatures currently visible, but you hear them coming through the woods.
I will use I can hear them. How far off does it sound like they are?
Not terribly far. It does sound as if maybe they have split up and are beginning to encircle you all.
Great. Okay. Fuck.
Goddamn owl things.
I don't know what to do. Well, I know what you're gonna say. You're gonna say you want to fight the damn things.
Oh, I'm gonna.
Oh. I will, given the fact that I can, use my bonus action to hide to the best that I can and move in the direction that they are coming from, and try and get a line of sight on the one that was chasing me.
Okay. How would you like to hide in this situation?
I will, how large are the aspens around us?
I mean, you know, they're... What's the best way to put it? The thickest of them are maybe like the width of a large dinner plate at their base. They're very tall, lithe trees.
Gotcha. I figured as much. I just wanted to double check.
Yeah.
Can I tell from the way that it sounds how many there are? Like an estimation.
Interesting. Make an active perception check for me.
Can I use Tarn to give
Active
me...
perception check.
Because he's a sight dog. Can I use it to give me,
Unfortunately, he's just not considered a familiar.
Dang, okay.
Yeah.
I'll give you Bardic if you want it.
Tarnish 20.
Tarnish 20? With a Tarnish 20, I'll tell you this. Before you started running, as this creature started to lumber towards you and you saw shadows coming with it, you saw at least 2 others. What you're hearing now suggests that it is between 2 and 4 more.
Okay, there is no way that we're fighting these things. There's just way too many of them, if they're all adults. I mean, the cart isn't hooked up to the horse right now, is it?
No.
Horses. Oh, fuck. Standard die. Okay, I'm going to, with my action, cast darkness on all of us. On the whole
On the
area.
camp?
On the whole camp.
Okay. Enshrouding darkness goes around, blinding you all. None of you can see.
Ophalon is awake, correct?
All of you shot
Okay.
awake, and then immediately were plunged into advanced darkness.
This is advanced darkness.
I don't believe Juniper has Devil's Sight as
Ophalon
a
immediately panics.
Okay.
Oh god, I'm blind.
Not yet, anyways.
Darkness and Shrouds. That is your action. What else would you like to do, Kyra?
I will say to the rest of everyone, they can smell really well, but try and hide yourself to the best of your abilities. And I will look at the direction where Ewan is and behave. There are more than just two.
Okay, is that the end of your turn?
Yeah, I will hunker down to the best of my abilities. Because if they're looking for anything, they're looking for me.
Ewan, that's your go, bud.
All right. Ewan is going to use his bonus action to wild shape into a bear. So in the darkness, you hear the sound of flesh splitting, and generally just mass gaining. And then I will use my action to choose a cultivated form. And I will choose wooden defense via the my arms, which are oaken and woody.
Mm-hmm.
So I gain 10 temporary hit points.
And your AC is by default now 16, correct?
Let me see.
Isn't
As
that
a bear?
Isn't
not.
that well? You are considered to have bark skin activated.
Not with the wooden defense. It increases my AC by 1. and
With
gives
your
me 10 HP.
bracers, you are considered to have bark
Always?
skin activated.
Is that just an always?
I believe.
Oh
it
god,
is.
I misread that. I thought that was...
You get a +2 bonus to 8. Oh no! Once per long rest, you may cast
Yeah.
the bark skin. Okay, that's my
Yeah.
bad.
Okay. So yeah, no, right now it is a AC of 16, which is still huge for a bear.
It's so high.
That's still a very high bear AC.
You turn into a bear.
Actually,
That's-
17, because I think natural armor goes on top of your AC, doesn't it? Is that how AC works? I don't know how natural armor works, actually. For
Natural
animals.
armor usually takes the place of other
Okay.
armor.
Yeah,
Uh,
it would just augment your AC
yeah.
like armor does.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Well-
in this case, it would be a 17. Or
Um,
16, sorry.
Yeah, you turn into a bear.
Yeah, turn into a bear, and then you hear the sound of, like, wood growing. That's it. That's all I got. That's my
Okay.
action and bonus action. I'm just that now.
Omenda, that's your go. You're in a bucket,
All right. So,
and you
I-
can't
I-
see.
yeah. So I recognize that I'm in a bucket. I heard what was going on via Kyra and everything. I know that we're in darkness. Is this a cat or is that? Okay. But what I'm gonna do is I'm going to roll out of the bucket, just spill the water on the floor, and I'm going to grab the compass out of the navigator's tools.
hmm
And let me see, is this okay, yeah, it is. Okay, so I'm gonna cast Minor Illusion, and I'm going to whisper within the darkness so that we can all hear. Go north. I will guide them east. I will draw them east. And then I am going to look at my compass, find east, and go that way.
Unfortunately, you are blind. You cannot even see your compass.
I can't see my compass?
It
It's
is
magical
magical
darkness.
darkness
Oh,
that
that's
is enveloping you.
true. So then I would like to then use my, because I don't have a special ability to help me, but I can probably roll to try to orient myself, right?
Yeah, I would let you roll to try to
Yeah.
orient yourself. What will I call? I'll call that a survival check based on, kind of trying to remember how you were oriented and stuff like that.
Okay, cool. Okay. Not bad. +2's not bad. Ooh, okay, 15.
15. Ophalon, I keep doing that. Omenda, you knock the bucket over and you stand up. Luckily for you, you roll directly into the wheels of the cart, and you know that the cart was on the east side of camp.
Okay.
closest to the road.
So then I'm going to climb over the cart. Wait, so does it sound like there? Well, I'm going to do it anyway because I said the direction. So I'm going to climb over the cart and just continue running in that direction.
Okay. You start taking off in that direction. It sounds like these creatures are kind of spread out a little bit and are starting to go around you all. But yeah, you take off. What is the radius on darkness? 20 feet?
Would I be able to use my jump as well with my movement, or is that a part of the movement? Let me see. I think it'll also tell me really quick.
It's a racial trait. So what your jump says is your jump just sets your long jump and your high jump to 15 feet. You still use that movement when you jump.
Oh,
so so if you have a 25 movement speed, you can jump your entire 25 feet without
I understand.
running.
I see. Okay, then I'm just gonna run, and I'm gonna try to get into the trees actually. So I'm gonna jump at my 25 feet to try to get into the trees.
This sphere is 30 feet from.
It's a 15-foot radius. Yeah. Perfect. So heading eastward, Omenda, it's actually it doesn't with one jump you manage to escape the darkness and you arrive, and there you can see a few trees between you and then the dark plains ahead of you that lead back towards the road from whence you all came.
Okay.
And that's your 25 feet of movement.
I believe I still have my bonus action.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to do honestly, because they're not on us quite yet, I'm just gonna kind of do it. Would you allow me to use my bonus action to use one of my instruments to just blow in it? Or
I would consider that an object interaction if you just want to play your instrument.
Yeah, because what I'm gonna want to do, I want to get as far away as possible from the group, and I'm gonna pull out the new longhorn that I got, the big giant rolled ram's horn.
Oh,
and I'm just going to blow really loud into it to draw as much attention into me.
Do you want, because I'm gonna let that be an object interaction, so that doesn't cost your action. Do you want to use your bonus action to dash and get another 25 feet further away from the camp before you do that? Okay.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely. So you run 50 feet from where you were at in camp. You turn and you blow on this big old horn. Hallelujah! It all comes a tumbling down.
It does indeed come tumbling down.
And that's your turn, Amanda?
Yep, that's all I can do.
Okay, I would like you to go ahead and roll a d20 for me.
Okay. Would you allow me to add my persuasion modifier to this?
This is a flat luck check.
Cool. Okay, no worries. Damn, that's a 2.
2. Heard. You blow this horn. All of you just hear Omenda say that he's going to lead these things east, back towards the road, and just tells you guys to run in another direction. And then a few seconds later, you just hear this massive blast on a hunting horn. At the end of Omenda's turn, we come to the owlbears.
I'm surprised I was able to do that all in one turn.
That as they are running in towards camp, you hear the hunting horn go off, and you hear the 4 of these creatures and begin to kind of sniff and smell around as they come across this void of darkness Omenda, you from where you're at watch as one of these creatures has heard your hunting horn and now is making a beeline dash towards you of 80 feet.
Yeah.
It gets right up next to you and roars in your face. That's all it can do on this turn. But you've been spotted. The rest of you hear these hulking figures crash into your camp. They are blinded as well, but you hear and you hear this deep sniffing as they are smelling their surroundings. And one of them gets to Ewan. It's going to roll to hit you with disadvantage, Ewan, because it is still blind. That is a 10, which does not hit. And the second attack is a 10, which does not hit. So, Ewan, you you sense this hulking figure, even slightly larger than you are in this form, like crash into your immediate area, turn towards you, and snap at you with a hard beak and then slash at you with its claws. And it's not that it misses you, it's just that its beak and claws rake against the hardened wood of your form and do no damage to yourself proper. One of them is not near enough to any of you to do anything, and then the fourth one is going to roll to see if he can find, by following his nose, our dear Kyra in the dark.
Oh shit. Oh, here it comes.
Let's see. That is 18. Yeah. Kyra, from your hiding place where you had cast darkness, you hear this creature and it definitely smells you, but it cannot pinpoint where you are enough to make an attack at this moment. That is the end of the owlbear's turn. Juniper, you are blind, and you hear at least 3 of these hulking figures are within your camp, and you cannot see them.
We were all prone, right?
Correct.
Okay, so Juniper's going to use her movement to stand.
Mm-hmm. That's half your movement.
Can I hear the general direction that they are currently in?
Because they spread out, you're somewhat close to the cart, but you hear them in multiple places within the camp.
Okay. Juniper's going to attempt to orient herself to reach the cart.
Okay.
She isn't really sure what else that she can do at the moment. Yeah.
Go ahead and make a survival check for me.
Okay. Survival. Oh, hey, I'm actually good at those. Let's see if I'll roll well. Yeah, that's not bad. That's a 15.
15, yeah. Pretty easily, you manage to like back up a little bit, and you find the cart behind you.
Okay. Well, she has something at her back now, so well, don't know how well this is gonna work, but we're gonna try it out. She's scared, so she's gonna activate her Fey presence. And it doesn't say anything about them needing to see me. They just have to be within a 10-foot cube originating from me.
You are correct. Let me read that. To make a wisdom saving throw, become charmed, right? Okay. For sure. Let's see. Yeah. I'm gonna say, because of how kind of your camp is oriented, you definitely hear that at least one of these creatures is close enough to you that you would be able to send your Fey presence in that direction. Would you like to attempt to charm or frighten the owl bear?
She is scared as shit of what's going on right now and doesn't want what the hell is in the camp anywhere near her. So she's gonna
Got
try
it.
frightening it.
You got it. That is a wisdom save.
Indeed. 16.
Okay.
And that's the end of Juniper's turn. Can't really do
Alrighty.
anything else.
All right. At the end of Juniper's turn, Ophalon,
Okay.
you are prone, and it is dark.
Alright. I will spring up from the ground.
Using half of your movement.
I only have one level of exhaustion, right?
Correct. You
Okay.
and Juniper both have one level of exhaustion because of the shadow thing.
Okay. I forgot to remove my second level that I got from way back. Okay. So spring up, and then can I see anything?
It is pitch dark.
Can
you
I
definitely hear hulking figures in your camp.
All right. Can I determine from where the sounds are coming from? Like which
They
direction?
are
specifically?
spread out throughout the camp.
All right.
Linda said run north if you could.
I was gonna say with my scimitar drawn, I'm going to use a speed burst as a bonus action to dash and increase my AC by 1, and I'm going to make my way north until I'm clear of the darkness.
Okay, make a survival check for me.
I have zeroed that. Oh, that's a natural 20.
Hot. Ophalon, you orient yourself, begin to sprint, and you definitely pass at least one of these creatures as you're running straight north. It's blinded in the darkness. It cannot make an attack of opportunity against you. As you sprint about maybe 15-20 feet and exit the darkness on the other side.
is. So 35 and a half, that's what, 17?
About 17 feet, yeah.
So, and then I dash, which will give me another 35. So that's 52. So I got 52 feet of movement, and I just used 20?
You just used about 25 of it to get outside of the darkness.
25, okay. So I got about 25 left. Can I see any of the creatures from outside the sphere?
Make a perception check.
Soul sphere.
Do you have dark vision?
No.
Go ahead and make that with
That's-
disadvantage, please.
Oh. But I rolled a 16. That's a natural 20, so we'll go with the 16, I guess.
16. You escape on the other side of the darkness. You orient yourself and look around. You see one of these creatures with its back turned towards you, maybe 40 or so feet away eastwards.
Eastward, so I won't be able to get to it from here.
I'm very little.
Let's see. I probably can't run. I probably can't run and jump to get to it, can I?
No, because the amount that you jump still is confined by the amount of distance you can cover.
I think even with my mirthful leaps, I wouldn't make it. Oh, it says this extra distance cost movement is normal, so it
Yeah.
wouldn't matter. All right, I will move about 20 feet towards the feathery creature, because Ovalon doesn't know what the fuck these things are.
Yeah.
And prepare to make a move on it on my next turn.
Okay. You start heading in that direction.
With a little bit of luck, maybe I'll get a petty off of it.
That's going to bring us to the Lady Rhiannon. Lady Rhiannon is going to wake up a little bit startled. And actually, she wasn't asleep. So she was prone, though. She was kicked back. So she's going to, like, shoot upwards and be like, what in the... And everything goes dark. And she goes, what the... And as she hears all of the noises around and sing, she just goes, "Oh shit, owlbears, right." And she is going to. Where is her stuff? She is going to run forward through the darkness, and you hear her make a couple of thwacks against a furred hide. Whack, whack. She seems to have gotten something's attention. That is the Lady Rhiannon's turn. Kyra Tornthake, that's you at the top of the initiative.
I realized that I was stupid when we adopted Kyra and changed her subclass, or in her class. No, I can, but I forgot to tell Kyle that I gave up Sharpshooter in exchange, or not Sharpshooter, Piercer in exchange for Eldritch Adept, so I will not use it because I forgot to tell you that I did that, and instead just use the Piercer feat. Good. So, I just wanted to let you know that that's a thing, that I did, because the Darkness Devil Sight thing was a whole portion of Kyra's build that I totally forgot when I changed her class. Anyway, because this owlbear is right in front of me, right?
Mm-hmm.
Am going to take the dagger that our dear, Ominda let me borrow. And is this thing, like, right in front of me? Like,
It would
can
be,
feel it
yeah.
breathing on me type shit?
Oh yeah, it's right near you. Yeah.
Okay, I am going to take the dagger that I have, and I am going to the best of my abilities, stab this thing as hard as possible.
Okay. It is so very dark.
Very-
Go ahead and roll to hit with disadvantage, please.
No, I'm not going to use it for this fight because I forgot to tell Kyle. Sad. Okay. One of those was a natural 20. But with the dagger, that is a tarnish, not a tarnish 20, a 19 total.
19 total does hit. Go ahead and roll a damage.
Yeah, and it's gonna need to make me a con save.
Oh, it can do that.
And it's probably got a perfectly fine constitution.
Not if it rolls a 5, though. That's a total of 8.
That's a fail, actually.
Okay.
So this is gonna do 1d4 plus 6 plus my sneak attack.
Get him. Get him.
Get him. And then the poison it's gonna get. That one's cocked. $26 points of damage total. And I
Good.
stab it, and then I'm gonna disengage and run the fuck away.
Okay. 26, you said?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it is now poisoned for a minute.
Yes.
And I cannot use that again for the next dawn.
As it begins to shriek out at you after you stab it, you disengage and take off. What direction are you taking off, Kyra?
I will, since Ominda was so kind to tell us to go north, I will go north.
Okay.
So do you need me to make a survival check?
I do.
Revive!
I don't have that cool ranger ability that just lets me know where the sun is at all times, so.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to use the compass, but magical darkness.
22. 19 on the die.
Easily. You take off north. You were much closer to the edge of the darkness, so you use maybe, I'd say, maybe 10 feet of your movement and emerge from the darkness. You turn and you just see Ophalon sprinting kind of southeast over towards another one of these creatures that fully is not in the darkness.
Or more like,
Yeah.
Is that the one that's attacking me?
Yeah. And Kyra, you still have you have your movement minus 10 at this moment as you escape from the darkness.
Well, can I use, since my movement and my climbing speed are the same, can I scramble up one of these little tiny trees?
I mean, you can certainly climb. Where do you get a climb speed from?
My ranger, I believe, gives me the climb speed equivalent because of my Gloomstalker.
If you get a climbing speed from a subclass, it should, when you click walking speed, it should say speed walking 30 and then have climbing and swimming underneath it if you have a speed. Because I'm looking at it, I just don't see it.
Oh, no, I don't.
And there
Not
are
yet.
rules for climbing. It's half
Yeah.
speed.
Yeah. You can get 10 feet up a tree, no problem,
Okay.
with the
I
movement
just-
you have left.
Yeah, I just want to get up and out of the way so I can get a view of what's going on to the best of my
Okay.
ability.
Yeah, you climb 10 feet up a tree. That's totally fine. Your dex is high enough that I am not going to make you roll for the climb.
Thanks, I appreciate that. I
let's
will.
do that.
So my question is, since Tarn is not considered a familiar, is it a is it a bonus action or a free action, or is it a reaction to be able to talk to him?
If you read The Ring of the Forlorn, he is considered a ranger's companion.
Okay.
So he, let's see, he is considered his own creature. He obeys your commands as best as he can, and he takes his turn on your initiative. You can verbally command him, requiring no action, and you can use your you can verbally command him to move, and you can use your bonus action to command him to take the attack, dash, disengage, or help action. If you don't issue him a command, he takes the dodge action on his turn.
Cool.
Regardless of if you move him or not.
I will.
When you get extra attack, you can let one of your attacks be his attack.
Nice.
Yes.
Well, then I will send Tarn into the darkness. I know he can't see in there. At least I don't think so.
Tell him to tear at feathers.
He's got really good hearing and smell, though, so I think he'll be fine. So I will tell him to go find Juniper in the darkness.
Okay. He takes off. Juniper, you feel a smaller but still large presence kind of go upside you, and you just feel a wet dog nose like find your hand and like sniff at it.
Juniper, trying to be as quiet as possible, just kind of grips onto Tarn.
Yeah. At the end of Kyra's turn, Ewan, that's your go. You're a bear. A big wooden bear.
A big wooden bear that is going to consume a spell slot and a bonus action to become an even larger wooden bear.
So is he good at using large?
Basically, Ewan's form. Oh, geez, sorry, I just took a hit. Ewan's form swells to the next size category, which from a large brown bear is huge.
Correct.
Monster bear.
You guys probably
bear.
see the bear's head poking out of the top of the darkness. I don't know if I can see out of it. I don't know how tall you want to make the bear, but
Wrong.
it probably depends on where in the darkness I am. Am I in the middle of it?
I mean, I did.
That's just gross. So you're a huge creature?
I am a huge creature.
Okay. I will tell
3
you.
by 3, baby.
Huge.
Yeah, you are a 3x3. So, in terms of the amount of space you take up, you count as 15 feet tall.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Rune bear.
Big old bear.
God, kill it with fire.
I mean, fire would be effective against the wooden bear.
Goddamn rune
Fire would
bears.
be effective.
And there was something nipping at me. Is it still? I'm gonna try to grab it in that vague area.
Yeah.
'Cause I'm.
Unfortunately, it is still at disadvantage because even though you are slightly above the darkness, it is still within the darkness.
May I make a perception check based off of scent to find it? Because as a brown bear, I have keen smell.
I will let you do that. So what I will do for this, because they also have the same thing and can smell, and they have been smelling you guys, but I haven't been getting rid of their disadvantage. So what I will do is I will get above a 15 on a perception check, and I will make it a tiny bit easier to hit them. I'll reduce their AC by 2.
Okay, that's very kind of you. Thank you. Well, I have advantage and I rolled a 15 on the die for the
There you
first
go.
one. So I sniff.
So go ahead and roll to hit. Right now, you just need to meet you need to get an 11 or higher.
Tragic. Natural 20 on the first one, but
That
they're
is
still in the
tragic.
That's not tragic though, and I'm not touching my dice because that's some goofy shit.
I'll check.
Take a picture
My
of that
God.
shit.
I gladly
What
will.
the fuck?
I don't know, man. It said you're
You-
gonna fucking pick up this goddamn owlbear is what the die said.
Did you roll double 20s?
No.
Yeah, I did.
That's a 1 in 400 chance, by the way.
Jesus.
There's
Disgusting.
the session checks.
Go ahead and roll damage on that attack.
Roll the bear. Well, this one explicitly, I did say I was just picking them up, so that was a grapple
you're
check.
you're grappling. Oh,
Yeah.
So, okay. So if it is a grapple check, then
Voicing them in my big meaty bear paws.
the owlbear does get an opportunity to try and not be picked up. It does have to crit. It does simply have to crit. He didn't. What do you know? You do grapple it, bringing its speed to 0.
Hog. The next thing I would like to do as a large and strong, or a huge and strong creature, is rumble forward till I can see outside of this darkness, because Kyra dropped it right on top of us, I think.
Mhm.
So, I gotta rumble forward at least a little to peek out of the darkness.
Yeah.
And I want to hurl this fucking thing at the one attacking Omenda, because I am on. I'm
Okay.
in my creature hurling era.
Damn, we're oh, that's true. I actually want them all at me, so do that.
Make an athletics check to attempt to chuck this thing.
Oh,
We're essentially going to call this a modified version of a shove attack. So
I need to add that Jay Uso press conference. That shit was funny.
I don't believe I have proficiency, so we're just looking at a raw 18.
a raw 18.
Oh.
Well, it's with
Um,
strength added.
So you peek up and out. You look over towards the one that's menacing Omenda, and you hurl it. It isn't gonna make it all the way there, but it's gonna make it about halfway. So outside of, basically just to the edge, or no, not to the. It's a little ways. It's maybe 15 feet beyond the edge of the darkness at this point.
Okay.
And
That's
about
fair,
halfway between you and the one that between you and the one that is menacing Omenda.
Omenda, all you see are wooden antlers and just like burning orange eyes peering out of the darkness.
Terrifying.
A cryptid. That's what you see.
You see a cryptid.
your
Yeah.
ass.
It just hurls an owlbear out of the darkness.
I will roll.
I just love that Omenda loves to hate you. so much.
That owlbear is going to take a smooth 8 damage from being chucked and landing on the ground. Is that the end of your turn, Ewan?
I'm just gonna growl and menace the owlbear that I threw.
Oh, you're gonna follow it outside of the darkness and
No, I'm just gonna keep looking at it from the edge
Got
of the
it.
darkness and menacing it.
That's gonna bring us to Omenda's turn. Omenda, this owlbear is right up on you.
As it runs up, like pretty much as the wind and the feathers kind of come forward, I will cast suggestion, and I will say, "Sit, beast, stay." It's got to make a wisdom saving throw.
It does kind of sort of have to make a wisdom saving throw. Okay. So I need to check something.
What is it? Immune to being charmed, or is it too stupid?
No. it does not understand your language. So as you speak to
Oh, that's right.
with suggestion, so it's a bear and an owl bear, and you know what your spells do.
Yeah.
So what I'm gonna say is, because I don't want you to waste a turn, I'm not gonna be that mean. In later sessions, I will be meaner about this, but I won't. You know what spells you have, so I don't know if Omenda would immediately assume in this situation that this thing can understand him.
Oh no, definitely wouldn't assume.
Yeah.
Yeah. I totally missed the understand you part. I literally said that can hear you, and I was like, I skipped to the wisdom saving throw. Okay, but I had a secondary option, so we don't got to sit and wait.
Okay.
What I'm gonna do. How far is Ophalon from me? He ran towards me, correct?
Ophalon is running towards you. He is. Unfortunately, there's a big hulking bear in front of you, and I don't know if you can see Ophalon.
You are little
That's
frog
true.
man.
You
That's
can
true.
see the massive cryptid head sticking out of the top of the
That's true.
darkness.
So what I'll
looming.
do is I'll kind of reorient my order here. I'll use a bonus action to use my cutting action disengage.
Uh-huh.
And I'm gonna start running along the trees, clockwise, like same distance as I am from the camp.
Uh-huh.
And then can I see Ophalon?
Running clockwise, you're getting further away from him, but you will eventually be able to see him. Yes.
Okay. Would I be able to would he be in visibility on this turn?
Yeah. So if
Okay.
if you sprint 25 feet clockwise around, like you'll be running, and then you look back and you do see Ophalon running towards the back of the creature that was just menacing you.
Okay, so what I'll do is he's how far away from me, did you say?
At this point, now that you've run,
Oh lord, he coming.
he's probably 45 feet from you, 45, 50 feet, somewhere in there.
How hard would you say it would be to chuck an instrument the size of a French horn?
What's your strength modifier?
+2.
In no world can a frogman chuck a French horn 45 feet.
Because I was gonna throw it at.
In
him.
no world.
Yeah. Be like, blow on it. But instead, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna run my 25 feet, use my movement, and I use my bonus action as well to disengage. I still have an action.
Uh-huh.
So let me see. I will do, because does it have to understand me to do this? This is a creature. This creatures laugh. Ooh, here's what I'll do, because I was wanting to do this anyway. So I'm gonna use I'm gonna do like an object interaction to try to blow on my horn again to gather their attention. And then if you prefer for me to wait a turn, I'll wait a turn. But I would like to let me look at the range on this really quick, because I would like to do my enthralling performance to try to charm all the owl bears to have them follow me.
Okay. Enthralling performance, they have to have listened to you for a minute.
Yeah, that's why I said if you wanted me to wait, that's okay. I'll wait.
Yeah, so a
Yeah,
minute
yeah.
a minute in this combat is going to take 10 rounds.
God damn.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I'm just gonna blow on my thingy. I'm gonna
Okay.
blow on it.
So you do still have an action, and I will say
Uh-huh.
this, looking at your spells, because I'm looking at, I got everybody's character sheets open.
Yeah.
So Dissonant Whispers does not require them to be able to understand you. Tasha's Hideous Laughter, hilariously, they do not have to be able to
That is true.
understand you.
yeah. And it is, and actually, Dissonant Whispers is 60 feet, so I could actually.
Mhm.
Do that, and
I
can
think
look
both
past
of them
it, too.
are. Oh no, Tasha's
No, Tasha's is 30. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna actually do because I was looking at Tasha's and the 30 is the why I didn't. 'Cause
Yeah.
I totally forgot to look at Dissonant Whispers, but I will actually cast Dissonant Whispers at
And actually, you are only 25 feet away from the owlbear because that's as far as you could run.
yeah, that's true.
So you are still close enough to do Tasha's as well.
Yeah, that one is already kind of following me. I want to get as many of them following me as possible.
Okay. Go ahead. So you're wanting to do Dissonant Whispers?
Yeah. actually.
Okay. You got to choose a creature that you can see. So it'll probably have to be the one that you've been running from.
Okay. Oh wait, I can actually target the other one that got thrown, can't I?
Yes, you could target that one as well.
Yeah, I'll target that guy.
Okay.
Get all my D6s. Do I have enough? I do.
Go ahead. So he has to. And are you rolling or doing this at first level or second level?
We'll do it at second level.
Second level. You got it.
We need another D6.
That's going to be a DC 15 Wisdom save. I don't know why I'm cursed to roll low when I'm DMing.
It's
Yeah, he
'cause you rolled
fails.
ridiculously well when you're a character.
Alrighty. So then we're looking at
That's 4d6 psychic damage.
14 psychic damage.
14 psychic damage to the one that Ewan threw. And then it has to do something.
It has to run away.
It has to immediately use its reaction to move as far as its speed allows directly away from you. So as a reaction, as these whispers start to cling into its mind, the owlbear like panics like an animal, turns, and Ophalon, you just as you're running over that way, you see the owlbear turn, not even look at you, and just sprint 40 feet. It's gonna trigger an attack of opportunity from you there.
Hell yeah! Attack of opportunity.
So is it heading towards me or?
So
like,
this one
past me?
this one is going to run just right past. This isn't the one you were running towards its back. This is the one that
Okay.
got chucked out of the darkness, and it's
Yeah.
going to essentially run behind you, but it's running still close enough that you can swipe out with your blade and take a attack of opportunity.
That's a natural 20.
Travis.
Hell yeah! Oh,
You
did you want me
need
to roll for my longhorn blow?
To stop. No. I've ruled it's an object interaction as long as you're not trying to do anything with it.
Yeah, I'm
if
just
you're-
trying to just get their attention.
Yeah, if
mostly.
you're just blowing the horn, that's fine. I'm not worried about it. It's gonna get
Yeah.
their attention. It's a horn in the middle
Cool.
of the woods. Travis, roll damage against this owlbear.
That's 4d4 plus 4. That is 12 total.
12 points of damage. That one's gotten chucked out of the darkness by an eldritch creature. It's had its brain psychically assaulted by weird froggy whispers, and now as you stab into it as it runs past you, it's not looking great.
Just slicing at its fucking face tendon as
It
it runs
is,
fast.
because of your attack, Ophalon, it is now bloodied.
Imagine your brain filling with bubbles.
Yeah.
That's like that's Omenda's Dissonant Whispers.
That's what syphilis is.
Did I just give that owlbear magical syphilis?
A little bit.
I mean, you are a bard.
Yeah.
That is going to bring, let's see. So making sure I've read Dissonant Whispers correctly. Okay. So he is not considered frightened, but he did have to
No.
run away.
Yeah, just an immediate kind of reaction.
So at the end of your turn, Omenda, it is the owlbear's go. That owlbear is going to stop running and like shake its head, and you hear it, and it's going to turn back around, and it and its companion, well, the one is still focused on you, so that one is just going to turn around and go immediately for the one that just attacked it. So it's gonna head right over towards Ophalon.
Damn.
There's an attack against you, Ophalon. 2 attacks. The first one. Hey, a good roll for the first time in the fight. 25 to hit you, Ophalon.
Yeah, that hits.
You're gonna take 10 points of piercing damage from its beak as it bites into you.
Ow.
And then it's going to also attempt to rake across you with its claws. That's a natural 1. It does not get you with its claws, as it goes against you there.
I would mock it, but I've already used my reaction.
Yes, you have already used your reaction.
Actually, I'd counterattack it, but I already used my reaction.
One of the ones that is still in the fog. See, there's 2 outside, and that's that one. There's one that Kyra just attacked. Oh. Well, I've done an oopsie.
Oh, oopsie
What
poopsie.
oopsie have you done?
Oh no, that one
Lego?
hasn't taken. Okay, no, we're good. So those 2 are outside. There. Okay, perfect. One of the owlbears is going to come running out of the darkness, still sniffing about, and it is going to run over to the tree that you are in, Kyra, and lean back and use one of its attacks to put its full weight on this tree, its full force. It's gonna hit, and it's going to immediately do full damage as it cracks the trunk of this Quakey Aspen, and it begins to fall. Kyra, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
That is a natural 1, God.
Natural 1. With a natural 1, you do fall prone on the ground, and it will kind of meander up towards you, and it's going to... It used its claw attack to bring the tree down, and it's going to make a bite attack at you with advantage, Kyra.
So straight roll, right? Because Kyra's in dark. Because it's a darkness, right?
No, Kyra ran out of the darkness.
Oh, that's rough. That's rough, Choom.
That is going to be a 22 to hit.
Yeah, God, that definitely...
That's going to be 10 points of damage as it buries its beak into your shoulder, just looming over you. Then the one that is... that's the one that you had stabbed in the head. One of them in the darkness is going to make 2 attacks at disadvantage against the Lady Rhiannon, who, in fact, can see it. That's a natural 1. That's a... Does that hit? Does that hit the Lady Rhiannon?
It would be an owlbear.
That meets her armor class. That's
Meets a
wild,
woodsman.
because that was a pretty low roll. So it's gonna do 14 points of damage to the Lady Rhiannon.
God damn.
She's level 10, guys. Don't worry.
That's still a lot.
You hear Lady Rhiannon take a hit in there, and then finally, the one that had originally run up to Omenda is going to run at Omenda. It runs its full movement, catches up to you, and it's going to make 2 attacks against you, Omenda.
Okay.
Fucking hell. I don't suppose a 9 is going to hit you.
Nah, son.
That, however, is a crit. So that's a crit on the claw attack. So that's going to be as it tries to bite you, Omenda.
Would you allow me to silvery barbs if I've already cast a spell this round?
You still have your reaction. So reaction counts as a different turn. So
Okay.
you can silvery barbs. I'll roll one more time.
Please,
For it to not be a
my
crit.
man. I don't want to die again.
It is not a crit. However, it is still a 21 to hit.
Damn, yeah, it hits.
So it's not a crit. You do take
Better though. It's better.
You take 14 points of damage as it rakes its claws across you. And I need you, because you are significantly smaller than this creature, to make for me a just make a dex save.
Okay, I'm pretty good at those. I'm proficient in them. Ooh. That I'm proficient because I rolled a 5 plus 7, which puts me at 12.
12 is the DC I had set for you not to be knocked prone.
Yeah.
So you don't get knocked prone, but you get a nasty scratch across your face from these massive claws. This paw is almost the size of you, Omenda. It just rakes across to you there.
God damn it.
That is the owlbear's round. Juniper, there is a Sighthound with you. You hear Lady Rhiannon somewhere in the darkness fighting one of these creatures, and you hear a lot happening behind the cart.
Do you need me to drop the darkness? Because I can just do that.
Might be drop darkness time.
Dance start.
It might be kill owlbear's time.
Shoot.
I mean, I made the save to keep the concentration up after getting stabbed, but I can drop it.
Juniper's just gonna shout into the void. It'd be great if I could see anything.
Yeah, I will, just in response, "You're welcome," and I'll drop the darkness around.
The darkness disappears, and all of you with dark vision that were still within are now like, blessed sight. Which I believe is just Ewan and Juniper that were still technically within. Well, you don't have dark vision.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah. So
Ewan retains dark vision even when he changes into a different creature, because that's how druids work.
How far
Only dark vision.
away
No other
is
race. Well,
the
lot
one
of other race.
fighting the Lady Rhiannon, whom I assume I can see.
Yeah, about 25 feet away from you, almost directly in front of you. You see she hasn't even strung her bow. She's just beating this thing with the oath bow.
Okay, so Juniper is going to attempt to do a thing that Omendo was going to do earlier, because Juniper can just stalk to animals whenever she wants to.
Go ahead, make an intelligence check for me, please.
Okay. Oh, that's an ability check. Wait, no. Just a flat intelligence check?
Intelligence check, yep.
Okay. God damn it. Okay, that's... That is a 5.
A 5? I'll go ahead and do what you want to do.
Oh, I'm sure this is gonna go well. Juniper is going to be really dumb and shout at the owl bear 25 feet away from her and go, take your friends and leave us alone. Find a cave, go to sleep. I don't care.
Okay.
I don't care.
Go the fuck away.
Go away! That's my purse. I don't know you.
That's my purse. I don't know you.
It's giving. That's my purse. I've been saying that a lot lately. I told Brianna yesterday when we were going to Chaos Arcade before we left, because she had a nice outfit on. I was like, it's giving Professor Snape. It's giving Hogwarts.
So you shouted this at what were you trying? You were trying to
Cast
suggestion.
Wisdom 16.
You cast this magic out, and you feel like you see it. The owlbear like shake its head and turn and look at you and cock its head, and the ear tufts kind of move a little bit. It does not understand you.
It's dumb.
Unfortunately, and this is where Baldur's Gate 3 has made some changes to things. Owlbears are monstrosities, not beasts.
Gotcha.
Yep.
I was worried about that, but
It is a chimera of an animal. It is an owl bear.
They were not naturally created. They were created by some fucking mages. Even in this world, they were created by some fucking mages in the back. They were just sorcerers instead of wizards.
It's basically like an Avatar: The Last
It would be
Airbender.
sorcerers like, yo, what if we fucking mixed a bear? And now...
What's really hilarious is I was doing this because of being able to talk to the owl bear cub and
Right.
Yep.
Three.
Yep. I think
Oh.
because of what we've seen in the D&D movie and in BG3, I wouldn't be surprised if in 1 D&D the restrictions on things like that aren't lifted and think, because like according to base D&D rules, you can't a druid cannot turn into an owlbear because it's a monstrosity, not a beast. But if you take Moon Druid in BG3, you get to become an owlbear later in the game. So
Honor Among Thieves just fucking everybody
All
up.
that does is just allow you for more like feats and subclasses and stuff that you can make a druid subclass, or you can turn into
but
exclusive.
you cast your suggestion, and you see this creature kind of shake its head, and it like looks at you because it clearly was like the magic washed over it. It just doesn't take effect.
Cool. Juniper just says a very loud fuck.
Yeah.
Run!
You've got a bonus action still.
I do have
And
a
you,
bonus action.
I believe, do have Quickened spell if you still want to launch out those Eldritch Blasts.
Eldritch Blast! Eldritch Blast!
Oh, god damn.
Sorry, that's
That
kind of fun
is
to
your
do.
decision, though.
Yeah, I don't know what's smarter, getting up into a tree right now or hitting it.
That would be your decision. I'll put it this way. This thing has taken notice of you because you cast magic at it. It is still very much engaged in fighting Lady Rhiannon.
Fair. Yeah. Okay. Tree up. Is there a tree branch that she can misty step to that's safe above like the caravan?
There is a tree branch, however, Misty Step is another leveled spell, like Suggestion is.
Misty Step can be cast as a bonus action.
It can, but you can only cast one leveled spell and one cantrip on your turn. You could cast a spell as a bonus action right now. It just has to be a cantrip because you already cast a level 2 spell.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
That's dumb. Well, alright. Well, Juniper's gonna spend her sorcery points and send a
Yeah.
Eldritch Blast at the owlbear.
All right. And that's 2 Eldritch Blasts. Go ahead and roll to hit.
Quicken spell takes 2 sorcery points.
Correct.
I only have 2 sorcery points.
You have 4 because you have the Meta Magic Adept feat as well.
Oh! Okay. Where are my other sorcery points at?
They're in. If you go to your features and
yep.
traits. Yep, there you go.
Yep. Okay. Yeah. Let's go ahead and do 2 then. Let's see if I can get it. That is a 17 plus 8.
Oh, that definitely hits. And then go ahead and roll for the second hit.
That is an 18.
Both hit. Roll 2d10 plus 10 because you have Agonizing Blast.
Yeah. Get him, babe.
Now, which one is my... There we go. Known as...
Dog. Hi, B.
That is 20 points of damage.
Fancy
damn.
points of damage.
Blam.
As those Eldritch Blasts blast into this creature that is fighting Lady Rhiannon, it takes it doesn't stumble, but it has to take a step back as it shakes its head. That owlbear is not looking great either.
I'm also assuming that Bramble is just in Juniper's hair because she woke up
Always, yes.
during this encounter.
You still have all of your 35 feet of movement, and your back is against the cart. Anything else you'd like to do on your turn?
Move around the cart.
Okay. You scuttle around the cart, Juniper, to see 3 more of these owlbears and all of your friends in some way, shape, or form. Basically, Ewan isn't on the other side of the cart. Ewan's more parallel with the front of the cart at this point.
All right, this is the first time Juniper sees Ewan.
That's a really good point. Ewan, do you want to just go ahead and tell everybody what
to.
you look like?
I'd love to. It's very cryptid-esque in all actuality. As the darkness drops, you're like, oh yeah, there's gonna be more. This is a bear. There's gonna be more flesh. The torso did not grow very much, and it was mostly an arm elongation. Because explicitly the subclass states that every mutation has to be disturbing in some way.
Yeah.
So really long limbs just prostrated out at the full length of its the space it occupies.
Looks like a rune bear.
Yeah, there's you can see deep long tufts of hair and stuff that cascade off the sides, but they don't twist and move. They're locked in, hardened like wood. The entire being is currently made of wood, and there are these antlers that normally Ewan's got some little guys. They're kind of, for those of you who haven't seen the picture update, they're him B. He's got a little, I think that's the perfect antler length for where he's at right now.
Nah.
But they have grown to a full rack of antlers as he's wild shaped. And it's just full terrifying cryptid creature.
Yeah. Juniper's only response
Just
to that
dancing.
is, what in the gods?
All right. Ophalon, that's you, bud. One of these creatures just came up and
Slapped
gave
you.
you a little smack 'em.
So I'm assuming I've lost my momentum as a result of this.
Yeah. You could continue to chase the one that's going after Amanda. This
No.
one is going to get an attack of opportunity.
No,
against you.
I want to attack this one.
Yeah.
So what? So I guess I'll just try and do what I was going to do originally, just on this one instead. I can True Strike as a bonus action, correct?
In my campaign, you can do True Strike as
So
a bonus action.
I'm gonna True Strike on the owlbear that I'm currently entangled with.
Mm-hmm.
And what I was originally going to do was since the owlbear was facing away from me when I was running out, I was going to leap and try to bring my scimitar down into its back.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna leap and just try to stab this thing in the fucking head.
Okay. You can do that. Go ahead and roll to hit.
With advantage.
Disadvantage, yeah.
It's a 24.
24 to hit?
Yes.
Definitely hits. Roll damage.
Swag. That's standard 2d4. That's 11 damage.
11 damage. Yeah, this owlbear's looking pretty rough.
And then, kind of for, no, I already used my bonus action. I'm going to action surge.
There you go, buddy.
And just kind of like, for flavor, like as I'm coming down, I'm just gonna like bring, as using gravity as momentum, I'm just gonna bring the blade down like across its face on my way down to the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Assuming I don't get advantage on this one.
I think True Strike is just your next attack, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
First attack roll against the target.
Yeah.
Alright, so I should use the correct die. That's an even one better. That's a 25.
Yeah, go ahead and roll damage.
Tight. I rolled a 17, followed by an 18. That's an additional. Oh wait, no, it's one with a action surge. Mine. So that'd be just for 2d4 plus 4, so that's another 10 damage.
10 points of damage. This thing is hanging on by a thread.
God damn it! I don't think I have any other special actions. No, that's all I got. I was hoping
Okay.
I'd kill the damn thing.
Alrighty, at the end of Ophalon's turn, it's the Lady Rhiannon. The Lady Rhiannon is going to... now that she is aware of what's going on... she's going to take a bonus action and just kind of twist in the air, and you watch as she disappears and appears on top of the cart with her bow strung, and she's going to send a couple of arrows towards this creature, and as she does, she says, "Swift death to my enemies," and lets loose her arrows. That's gonna be fucking. I can't even roll good for her. She is gonna still hit though. You know, I rolled a 5, so that's one hit, and that also definitely hits. So she is going to do truly so much damage to this creature. That's 2d8. That's 6, 7. I need to do math. Seven plus 6 plus 6, and then a further 6d6 because it is a sworn enemy. 6, 7 plus 3. With 2 arrows, Lady Rhiannon is going to do 35 points of damage to this creature. And that is going to... they're going to just sink into the face of this owlbear, and it's just going to... and fall to the ground, very dead. And she just stands on top of the cart and turns and just goes, "Right, we got things handled." And she turns and looks at the rest of you and is like, "Oh, fuck." That is the end of her turn. That's going to bring us to the top of the initiative. Kyra, you are prone and you are being menaced by an owlbear.
So I have a question for you.
Yaha.
The bear bit me.
The bear slashed you.
I thought it sunk its beak into me.
You're right. It did sink its beak into
So it's a bear, right?
Yaha.
And
It's an
bears, once they take a bite, they just keep eating you, with whether or not you're alive. You're dead or alive.
This creature is going to attempt to take chunks out of you every turn. Yes.
I figured. So can it be assumed, theoretically, that it is still, like, on top of me, beak in shoulder?
It is not beak in shoulder, but it has paws on both sides of you and is menacing you on the ground.
Grand. All right. I'm gonna. Can I try to I think. Can I try and throw fairy fire, like, in the owlbear's eyes to try and get it to let go of me?
You can. If you cast it directly there, it's going to affect both you and both you and the bear will have to make the dex save, the associated dex save.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Alright, I will do that. I mean, I'm going to. Yeah.
So
I'm gonna.
is an action to cast Fairy Fire, and that's going to be a dexterity saving throw. These guys are kind of big lumbering brutes. I mean, yeah, it doesn't succeed the dex save.
Cool.
So the Fairy Fire does affect it, so any attacks against it will have advantage.
Cool. And that was a 19 on the die. I make the dex save. Okay. I am going to use my bonus action to disengage.
Got it.
From the owlbear and run, but it does give advantage to whoever hits it next.
Correct. And whoever hits it in continuous turns. Wonderful. So that's that. You disengage out of there, run away. What direction are you running, Kyra?
I'm going to continue northward.
Okay.
To get as much distance between the two, me and this owlbear, as possible.
As you pull yourself up from prone, you will get a further 15 feet away from the creature as you sprint north. All right. Kyra, that is the end of your go. Ewan, the cryptid,
Yeah.
do what you want to do. Shall I set the scene for you about where the rest of these owlbears are?
Lots of movement just happened.
One of them you see is it definitely got, you can tell from your vantage point, it definitely got stabbed in the head. And you look over and you see the form of Kyra running away from it. And that one is just like maybe 15, 20 feet north of you.
Okay.
There is one that is kind of southeast of you that is menacing Omenda. That does not look like it's been hurt at all.
Mm-hmm.
And then there is one that the Lady Rhiannon has just fired 2 arrows at that's kind of more southwestish, and it looks on death's door.
Okay. I will go after the one that is menacing Kyra. That one is a solo situation, it looks like. No other reason. And it's next to a knockdown tree, right? Because it knocked a tree onto Kyra?
Yep.
How tall is that tree, out of curiosity?
I mean, let's see.
Ballpark?
Let's find out.
15, 20 feet?
Okay. It's about the Quakey aspens are tall, skinny trees.
Yeah.
So you're looking at about a 55-foot tall tree.
Oh gosh, that's
It's
so
just
tall.
yeah, it's just really like not super wide at the base.
Can I try to break that tree in half or so?
Yeah, if you'd like to use an
Over
attack
my big
to,
bare knee? Yeah.
Yeah, if you'd like to use an attack to smash into it, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Totally. I'm gonna do that. Is it like an attack roll against the tree, or do you want me to like roll an athletics check?
Roll an attack roll.
Okay. What's my claw bonus? 15.
Yeah, definitely.
This definitely hits that tree. 19 points of damage to that
Easily.
tree.
You snap it exactly where you want it to be and make a shorter tree trunk.
Yeah. So does it have a lot of branches? This tall, lengthy aspen?
It has like not as many towards the base. They're all a little higher up. So if you're just using the base of the tree, no.
Oh, perfect. So I just made a giant bow staff. And I'm going to
Okay.
pick that up and I'm going to bonk that thing next to me.
A bow staff.
Okay.
A bow staff.
Yeah, you can. I mean, you're
My bearish
and
hands.
so you've turned into a bear, so you have multi-attack. So you can
I guess-
attack with a.
I guess
this is-
technically because of its multi-attack, I probably would have used a claw attack to break it.
Yeah.
So I'll bite it for this next
and
one.
this actually is not going to be considered a quarterstaff. This is going to be considered a great club.
That's funnier. Which is fair.
So that's going to be. So first things first, roll to hit.
Bonk.
I love that
I
gif.
did not roll well.
It's an old
I'm-
one.
That's a 10.
A 10 unfortunately does not hit. You hear that. That's so funny. You hear the owlbear like hears your massive form snap the thing, and it turns, and it does legitimately like cower from you now that it's seen you. And it does manage to just dodge out of the way as you try to slam this tree trunk down on it.
Aw. Well, I'm gonna use my bonus action to flurry of blows.
Yeah, You can go ahead and fuck him up with the paws instead.
Couple more fisties will hopefully roll better this time. I did roll. That is better. Does a... Oh god, sorry. My brain was just stalling for a second there. Does a 15 hit?
A 15 does hit, yes.
Magnificente. I'm a huge bear. And that's...
Oh, yeah, you are a huge bear. I want you to add an extra d4 to your attack.
D4.
It's just what you would get if you had the enlarge spell cast on you.
Oh, nice. Max damage. So that's... 21.
21 points of damage on the first punch of the Flurry of Blows?
Yes.
Amazing. This thing immediately becomes bloodied, and you get one more attack.
Amaze balls. That one's a much higher 23.
Definitely hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
23 bearish damage. So that's 17 points
17
of damage.
Ewan, how do you finish off this owlbear?
The club doesn't work, and Ewan just gives up on it and digs his long fingers into the owlbear's chest, and then digs the other set in and just pulls it apart.
Terrifying. The
Yeah.
rest of you some of you who are currently dealing with some other bullshit, like fully stop and turn and see one of these creatures ripped in half and just kind of tossed aside.
And then I will gurgle in my bearish language that's close-ish to what they do. Whatever the bear equivalent of run is.
You got it.
Just
And
for
did
the
you agree?
owlbears. Yeah.
Okay. Omenda, that's your go.
Okay.
One of these creatures, the one that has not been hit at all, is still right on top of you.
I haven't been attacking anything. I've just been running and shit. Oh wait, it's been needing to make saves on Grung poison, but whatever. That later.
Oh, you are correct. It does need, because it did hit you once, I believe.
Yeah, it was just once. I only got hit once.
So that's a con save.
Yes. DC
Fucking
12.
natural one again.
Hell yeah,
Roll
dude.
that. So it's considered poisoned, yes.
I think, does it immediately take the poison damage if it's attacking me, or does it take it on its next turn?
Let's see.
It does not. It doesn't really say in the
let's
thing.
see.
It just says, or take 2d4. It just says.
No, it takes it immediately upon it coming into contact. So go ahead and roll 2d4.
That's 2 plus 1, so 3. 3 damage.
Taken 3 points. So it's not completely untouched.
Right, basically untouched.
Yeah. That is going to be okay. There's that. So that was taken care of. It is still menacing you. What's your turn there, bud?
Okay, so I have that's a bonus action. That's okay. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna cast Misty Step and go 30 feet away from the owlbear that's menacing me, still doing my little clockwise fashion, trying to stay away from the cart and where everybody's going.
Got it.
And then I am going to pull out my crossbow and I'm gonna shoot it.
Okay.
I'm gonna use the walloping ammo. I know they probably have a really high strength stat, but I'm gonna give it a shot.
You never know.
Hell yeah, brother.
So that's an 18 to hit.
18 definitely hits.
And then, so with the walloping ammunition, it has to make a. Let me look really quick.
I think I need better DM dice for this game.
A DC 10 strength saving throw. So
they
that's a very high-
truly, so owlbears truly have a 20 in strength. They have a plus 5.
Stronger than me.
Oh, okay.
I rolled a 4, which gives him a 9. So he just fails. So that owlbear that was chasing you is in fact knocked prone by this walloping ammunition
Nice.
that blasted in the face. And how much damage
Nice.
does it take?
So I gotta roll a D8 plus 4. I'm gonna roll my iron for that one, and that's gonna be 4 plus 4 for 8 damage.
8 points of damage. It is knocked prone.
And I have just used Misty Step and not my movement speed. I'm going to move completely away from the group out into the woods, and then blow on my horn again.
Okay.
Quit blowing on your horn.
Is that the end of your turn, Amenda?
Yes.
All right. The owlbear that Lady Rhiannon has been fighting truly has 4 HP and has been frightened by Juniper, by Juniper's Fey presence. It is going to, and it's no longer within range of anybody. It's truly going to turn and sprint west into the woods.
Nice.
As it just runs away.
This shit, I'm out.
One left to tell the tale.
So that one fucks off. The
Say about it.
one that is still up uses half of its movement, which is 20 feet, to stand. And then it is going to assess the situation to try and figure out who is the closest to it. And it is going to be our dear Ophalon. And it is going to run at you, Ophalon, blood in its its eyes, ready to go.
Blood in its stool. That's what I feel
Blood,
like.
blood in its eyes metaphorically.
I mean, it's
'Cause if it's got blood in his eyes, I feel like it wouldn't be able to hit me all that well.
bloodshot eyes. Let's put it that way.
Fair enough.
18 to hit, Ophalon. 19, sorry, 19 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
That's going to be 10 points of damage from the beak.
Alright.
And the second is only a 15 to hit.
That misses. And I would like to Vicious Mockery in response.
Yeah.
Miss. Vicious Mockery, the creature does not have to understand.
Correct.
So let me see here. So that's a wisdom save on its part.
The one
This has
time in this
disadvantage on
entire...
attack rolls.
Yeah. Correct. Yes, it did have disadvantage, and it rolled decent on the first one and
Okay.
bad on the second one. It did, however, just roll a nat 20 on its save for a 21. So
Man, it doesn't even take half damage.
no, it's a cantrip.
You
But
call
that
that a
is-
swing, bird brain?
But that is the end of its turn. You think maybe you didn't do any psychic damage to it, but you may have hurt its feelings a little bit. If it could understand you, that is. That's going to bring us to Juniper. Juniper, there is one of these creatures left. It is menacing Ophalon. The one that you and Lady Rhiannon had been attacking has fled west with 4 HP. Just tucking its little tuft of a tail between its legs and pissing off. So there's one of these creatures left, and it's menacing Ophalon currently.
Alright. Juniper is gonna toss an Eldritch Blast at it.
Alrighty, roll 2 Eldritch Blasts.
Just one.
What?
Just
No, you're
one.
level 5. It's 2.
You are level 5. You have 2 beams of Eldritch Blast. It tells you on the spell.
Cantrip scale with your character
Oh.
level, not the
Yeah.
class level.
Oh, okay. I was confused.
Yeah, so it should say total beams 2.
I was wondering what the count 2 was. Okay. That is non-nat 20.
Okay. And roll the second one.
That's a nat 1.
Okay. So go ahead and roll 1d10 plus 5.
That is 8 damage.
8 points of damage. As you send an Eldritch Blast out. That's your action. Anything else you would want to do on your turn, Juniper?
Now that I understand what you meant by 2 Eldritch Blasts on my last turn, I realize that I still have 2 sorcery points left.
Yes, you only had to use 2 of your 4 sorcery points.
Yeah, so I'm gonna just go ahead and use the other 2 for another couple of Eldritch Blasts.
Okay, go ahead and send 2 more out.
Terrifying.
Nice.
That is a 15
15 hits. Roll to hit for the second one.
and 18.
Both hit. Go ahead and roll 2d10 plus 10.
$14.
14 more points of damage. You rolled 2 2s on your d10s.
Did I do my math wrong? No, I rolled a 3 and a 1.
Oh, okay. So yeah, 14 damage. This owlbear is now looking bloodied, but it is still up. At the end of your turn, Juniper.
Yep.
Ophalon Talamor.
Kidding.
This creature is looking down at you hungrily, and it just took 2 beams of force, or 3 beams of force into its side. What are you doing, buddy?
This thing has to almost be dead, right?
Did just describe it as becoming bloodied.
I know. And I'm just like, ah. Ophalon's just like, I just want to kill one of these fucking things. So let's see. So I'm going to use a speed burst to make an attack against it, as I can make 1 weapon attack against a creature I have not hit with an attack this turn.
Okay.
So I'm going to do that. I'm going to take a slash at a big old slash at it.
Okay.
So, one short. It's a 19 plus 7, so that's a 26.
To hit?
Yes.
Holy crap. I mean, yeah, it hits. The
I got a
AC
plus-
is 13, by
I
the
got
way.
a plus 7 to hit.
Your AC really is not that high.
Yeah. 2d4 plus 4. That's 7 damage.
Okay.
And then I will make my normal attack,
Okay.
since that was my bonus action. That's a dirty 20.
Okay. Roll damage.
For max damage. I like that. So that's 12 damage.
12 damage. This thing goes from bloodied to on death's door with 2 attacks from Ophalon.
And that's all I got.
That's all you've got.
Ophalon just kind of goes, looks up at this thing after the second one, and just goes, "Mah!"
Lady Rhiannon.
A barbaric yop, if you will.
Yeah. Lady Rhiannon, her eyes still trained on the one that ran away. You just see her knock 2 more arrows and just launch them into the darkness. And all of you, those of you with decent perception, just hear a of this one that ran away, fully dying. Kyra, that's your go.
All right, can you paint me? There is a fucking cryptid in
There is
front
a
of me.
fucking cryptid, yeah.
Showering in the blood of an owlbear.
Can I see anything past the cryptid?
Yeah, so you watch as 2 halves of an owlbear fall, and then you see this cryptid, like, standing there in the blood. You see the cart a little ways further on. You see, just from your perspective anyway, just to the left of the cart, maybe 10, 15 feet or so, you see Ophalon and this last owlbear just kind of fighting. How things are oriented, the owlbear's back is to you.
How far is it?
It is, let's see, you ran another 15 feet, you went out there. So it is currently about 60 feet from you.
Cool. I am gonna, can I climb the, cryptid? He's a tree, right?
I mean, yeah. Let's see, he is...
All the
15
like
feet?
You wouldn't be able
hair
to
would be handfuls.
climb... I mean, yeah, he's 15 feet from you, so you would use 15 feet of movement to get to him, and then you would have 15 feet, but you would only... If you used your bonus action to dash, you could climb up him a little ways.
Bah, I don't need to do that. I will just, pull the Mabinogi from my back.
Mm-hmm.
And I will knock 2 arrows.
Mm-hmm.
Count them 2, because I got 2 bowstrings now. And I'm gonna let her rip. Beep.
You unfortunately don't currently have extra attack.
No.
So how are you firing 2 arrows?
Can you not knock 2 arrows at the same time if you have 2 bowstrings on the bow?
No. You're still attacking one at a time. So you would
Okay.
have so they would both count as separate attack.
That's fine. I will just knock the one then. I will use my new what is it called? Sonic Silver Force bowstring.
Mm-hmm.
That was a 17 to hit. Does that even hit?
Definitely hits.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
So
So your normal damage plus one, or well, if you're using hold on.
it's an extra 1d8 force damage.
1d8
on
force
hit.
damage. Yeah,
Yes.
on a hit. So you can go ahead and add that.
And then I will also make a dexterity save using 2 charges of it.
Okay.
To push it.
I'm gonna tell you right now, Kyra.
I
Just
don't
roll
need
the
to?
damage.
Yeah, okay.
Simply kill it.
Kill
Save
it.
your
Rolls a
charges.
one.
Kill it, dead.
Kill it.
Then plus 24 points of damage.
24. How do you want to do?
Kyra, shakes off the shoulder that has been impaled and pulls the arrow taut. The flame lights at the corners of her eyes again. And just lets it fly. It spears right through the crown of the skull in the owlbear's head. And Ophalon, from the other side, you just see this arrow tip come through the other side.
They'd like to, it's actually a little bit worse than that, because the
Perfect.
arrow slams into the back of the owlbear's head, and Ophalon, you see very briefly the point of an arrow sticking out before the sonic force from this arrow explodes the head of this owlbear in your face. And you are covered with...
As you see the
goo and
open
viscera.
this way.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Wolf. I just wanted to try out the new bowstring. God, my shoulder hurts.
And that is going to bring us...
Ophalon stands and just kind of plants a scimitar in the ground. It is an honor to be bathed in the blood of a creature I have not fought before.
Wild shit, bro.
Did we all get showered by the owlbear blood that got torn in half?
You didn't. You weren't close enough.
Okay.
I did.
Yeah, I was very far from all the fighting the whole time.
The cryptid stands protectively above the group as they all recoalesce.
Yeah, how high up is like the chest of the bear? If his shoulder's at 15 feet, how high up is like the under the rib cage?
It's this whole creature's a little too long, so I imagine the chest is kind of skinny actually. So I'm thinking probably like still a good 9.
Yeah,
Give or
he's
take.
fucking massive. As everything begins to calm down, the Lady Rhiannon, standing atop the cart, is just like, whoo! Nothing quite like some owlbears to wake you up in the morning.
Were those all adults?
Oh yeah, that was a full pack. That was, I mean, well, we've certainly made this particular stretch of road much safer for any that happen to be traveling at night. Well done, everyone. And she looks around. She says, "The darkness, whoever did that, good on ya. Got us a few good seconds. I was able to see through it anyway, so it was all working out fine for me. Yes, you've all done really..." Oh, Menda, you come like toddling back into camp with your horn in your hand. There are 4 massive corpses around your camp. One of them is a little bit further away out in the woodlands with multiple arrows in it. And one of it has been completely ripped in half and is just laying on the ground in 2 pieces.
Well, let's take the meat from these 2 here, the 2 that are at least mostly put together. It'll give us supplies for a while. And then,
Yes, Kyra.
Looking at this monster,
Yeah.
this freak of nature in front of us, is there anything in Celtic, like, is there anything in my stories that I've read or anything like that that even
Ooh,
remotely touches what the fuck that is?
Yeah. Go ahead and make a. You could make a history check or a religion check for this. I would allow either.
Well, I'll do religion because I only have a +1 to history. That is a critical failure, my lord.
A critical failure. No.
Oh, I have inspiration. Fuck you.
I mean, it's still a critical fail. Oh,
it's...
not bardic inspiration,
No.
an inspiration.
No,
Yeah,
an
regular
inspiration.
inspiration. An inspiration point.
Yes, go ahead and
yeah. Okay, cool. All right.
The D&D, the live play D&D save scum.
I think it's just a +4. Where is it at? Yeah, so that's a 16.
16.
Much better.
Yeah, much better.
Yeah. So, Kyra, there are plenty of fey elemental beings in the stories. Everything up until now has pointed towards Ewan being an Eladrin elf. What you're seeing right now is something much more akin to what dryads can do, which is fully mutate and augment their form to become these massive wooden creatures that to defend their forests. So, whereas an Eladrin is much more of a sort of a fey thing that's going on, a dryad is also considered fey, but is also considered a little bit more on the elemental spectrum of things. So yeah, this is some wild shit that you're witnessing in front of you. And Ewan has, he's done something that you never necessarily heard of Eladrin doing. This is, like I said, this is much more like you guys have been saying kind of from the beginning, this is much more of a forest spirit thing that is happening right now.
Yeah. Do Dryad normally have like a Noid-esque form, like skin and shit?
They tend to be green
I
or
mean,
whatever. They tend to like fully be the colors of the trees that they inhabit.
so okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah. I'm gonna just like put a hand on like the big fucking like arm of
Yeah.
this thing and just so I'm starting to think that maybe you're just kind of a tree person.
Kind of knew that.
That's
No,
some
like-
spooky shit.
Guys, I would
Like dryad type shit. Like is
this is very important context for me to provide as Ewan stays on edge and on guard for at least multiple tens of minutes. The wood fades after a while. It like recedes back onto just the arms. And it's a weird fleshy bear again, except for the four arms. So just important context for this.
Yeah.
can you turn that off, please?
No.
Does it do tricks?
Lay down.
Creature just
Shut
looks
up.
down at you, Amanda.
He can still understand you. It's still him in there.
There's like a creaking
Damn,
sound
tricks.
of like wood as you watch as the rest of the form like redries and caving out of the chest. You see Ewan's feet pushing through as this large outer form dissipates to dust and just is carried off into the wind.
What the fuck was that?
Juniper just has a look of awe on her face. That's so fucking cool.
It hurts a lot less than like trying to pull it all back in when they're that big. It's better to just kind of shed it like skin.
Ophalon kind
bark,
of pipes up
maybe?
from the distance. Are you part bird?
You
Did
malting over there?
the
Yeah,
arrow take
yeah.
like,
It looks like you molted.
did the Lord of Death also like take your brain when you died?
You know, I think it's a fair question, okay?
Ophalon just kind of goes back to plucking feathers off the dead owlbear.
Oh,
That was
Alright, so
rude,
get-
Kyra.
I will walk over to Ophalon and like take one of his probably pretty massive hands.
He's a big dude.
And just I wanted to tell you something, by the way. I know I'm sorry. I am bad at being around kind people.
She's bad at people and
You are
As
one
under-
to talk, miss. I only talk to my heart.
That is understandable.
Her horse
That
has
being-
funny things
that
to
being-
say, to be fair.
That being said, there are things that are unfamiliar to me, and I make associations upon the things that I do know. Do not criticize me for lack of knowledge. Instead, teach me so that I can be better.
some wild shit that just happened.
That's quite
Be
profound,
be
Ophalon.
polite.
Ophalon's not dumb, he's just ignorant. There's a difference.
Amazing. An amazing statement.
Right.
Juniper, that's quite profound, Ophalon.
I have my moments.
I asked.
If someone wrote that down, I'd appreciate it.
I already forgot it.
Juniper holds up a piece of paper for you.
Hey guys, can I ask what the fuck happened to this one? And I'm pointing at the halves, like multiple
You
tens of feet
ripped
apart.
it in half.
Oh.
Like grabbed it by either side of its rib cage and just ripped it down the center
D&D do
in
that.
half.
I can see that. It's pretty clean actually. I'm kind of I should be proud of that work. That's pretty good.
Kyra, what were you gonna ask Ophalon?
I wasn't going to ask. I asked the R1 if he could make sure that that someone could find Pfeifferon, even if we couldn't. And I'm pretty sure someone knows that he's out there. Don't give up yet. I don't mean to be rude or insensitive. Some things I think are funny, I don't realize aren't until they're out of my
Oh,
mouth.
Travis doesn't have his headphones on.
Oh.
Shibbed. Tarbins.
Travis.
They're wireless.
Important. You missed important. You usually keep your headphones on.
I thought you had your headphones on and you just muted yourself.
You are still muted.
You are still muted.
I apologize. I didn't want to have to clean up another mess.
You're valid. Kyra was just saying that she asked her god if someone could find Pfeifferon and that not to give up a hope and that she was sorry for being a cunt.
I appreciate you.
Well.
Can we get out on the road now?
Yeah, that sounds good. I feel really ready to go. I'm very awake. It's
I'm gonna take a nap on the cart if you don't mind.
Can everybody go ahead and make a perception check for me, please?
No.
Oh,
19.
19.
13.
25.
also 25. Holy shit, Amanda.
Got a pretty good perception bonus.
I didn't know he did.
11.
11. Anyone who got above a 15.
Sadness.
So I'm going to call that, that's Omenda, Ophalon, Omenda, Ewan, and Kyra all notice uh, slightly glowing eyes up in the trees that are just looking down. The two of you that got 25s, Kyra, being that you were just thinking about these beings, it's no surprise to you to see the dryads, probably that protect this copse of trees, are like up in the branches looking down at all of you. You see these. You recognize you've existed long enough, and you've been in the woods. You've seen other dryads, even if you haven't interacted with them. You've definitely seen them around, and they're not getting close. They're just up in the trees, and you see they have like this pale, papery white skin and this just beautiful green hair and green eyes as they're just kind of looking down at you all.
Ominda, having just been in a fight and seeing eyes from the trees, he'll turn and he's not gonna shoot anything, but he's gonna like turn and point his crossbow at him, and be like, "State your business. What are y'all doing in them trees?"
At least 4 or 5 of them just disappear into the trees, but a couple stay around.
Man, you gotta stop hollering at people to state their business. That's not how things work around here.
You see these few that remain start to like creep down the trees, and they're not getting super close to you guys. They're keeping a wary eye on all of you as they walk over to the tree that had been knocked over, and they are like, one of them is keeping an eye on all of you while the others start to pick through it, and you watch as like 3 of them reach into the tree and pull out a corpse and scuttle off with it into the woods, and the one that's left there just kind of looks unblinking at all of you and then just walks into the tree next to it.
Can you walk into trees?
No, not really.
I could
I've
walk
heard-
on trees.
I've heard of some like druids who can. I can't. As Ewan's like pulling eyebrow feathers off of one of the 4 dead. I want those eyebrow feathers.
Oh yeah, easy enough to do. You all, you can harvest, and while the cart's getting ready, if you want to harvest anything from these corpses, you're more than welcome to. It's going to take you guys about an hour to get ready to go. Pretty much 2 of them are of decent quality to harvest things from. Ewan, if you're looking for eyebrow feathers, I'd say you could get 4 from those 2 complete corpses. And then claws also can be taken if anybody wants claws.
Yeah.
I would
Yeah.
like to see if, because I would assume the feathers that would constitute a tail are rather long.
Actually, surprisingly, no. They're kind of stubby on the owlbear.
Oh, where are like the
Yeah.
long ones? That on like the arm or something?
So the longer feathers,
The eyebrows.
the
I already
eyebrow-
grabbed them too.
the eyebrow feathers, but then also like the tufted ear portions, and then they have kind of like a mane almost of thicker feathers around the neck that are a little bit
Oh, okay.
longer than the average part of the body.
I'm gonna grab one of them ear feathers.
Oh yeah, easy
Um,
enough to do.
And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull the feather out of the cap of Feared McPherson and replace it with the one from the owl bear,
Oh,
and I'm gonna put the other one in my backpack.
for sure.
Now it's the cap of Feared McPherson.
Fucking hilarious. You all gather what you need to gather.
How many eyes can I successfully pull?
How many eyes?
Eyes.
Honestly, like 2 probably.
Make a survival check.
Man,
to
I just want some feathers and a
extract an
claw. This guy out here with eyes.
Dude, I will butcher these things to great efficiency for us.
What are you,
Let me-
James Hong and Blade Runner? I just do eyes.
I just do.
Oh man, I took the eyebrow feathers too. I'm here for all the cool shit. 22.
22.
So
You
sorry.
can get 3 eyes out of these guys.
3 eyes. Okay. I've got to do weird druid shit with them.
Yeah.
It's important.
Letting you know, if those don't get put in a vial with some liquid, they're going to start to go bad very quickly.
This is where the people who actually know about this stuff will hopefully come in handy.
Yeah. You guys collect what you need. Everything gets put together. The tents get put away. The cart gets set back up. Lady Rhiannon has Epona start to help your guys' horses like pull the cart across the plain as you all start to walk away from this quiet little copse of trees that has been the site of a bloody massacre, if we're being honest. Yes, Ewan.
I have one last thing that I'd like to do, and
Mhm.
it'll only cost a couple of actions, hopefully.
Mm-hmm.
The tree that got knocked down, did it have any like seed-bearing structures?
We are in the middle of summer,
Summer.
so the spring has passed. So I think
That's
probably
true.
not.
That is true.
Seeds on the ground.
Hmm. Are there any like dormant ones on the ground around this tree after it got knocked down? Or I guess I could probably search. Let me read this spell.
So quaking aspens have these kind of like, I forget what they're called. They're called a catkin. It's like a long, flowery seed pod kind of looking thing.
Oh, I
so-
see these. Yeah.
Yeah. And those kind of show up in the spring and the fall
Okay.
and fall to the ground.
Okay. Super out of season then for
Yeah.
it. Well, I'm a druid and I don't care about that. Can I use druidcraft to plant a quaking aspen seedling
Mm-hmm.
where this one was uprooted?
Yes, you can. You can even use the base of the tree that was still in the ground there, the stump of what was left, and start it from that, and it will start to sprout up from there. And it's going to take some time, but it will grow.
Good. Well, that's
You
all I can do.
you finish up doing that, Ewan, and as you turn to go join your friends, you turn and that dryad is there, looking out from the tree that it had walked into, just staring at you, unblinking.
I figured I could help. So that's no replacing what is lost, but you know.
You see she steps fully out of the trunk of the tree and walks up to you. And she doesn't say anything, but she's just staring, unblinking into your eyes, and she cocks her head. She takes her lithe, kind of, like I say, like paper white hand and puts it on your chest. And then pulls it away. And she backs up into the tree, and as just her face is receding back into the bark, she says in a low voice, "Welcome home." And I think that's where we're going to end for tonight. as you guys head back out towards the road. Because you rolled for the encounter on this stretch of travel to happen on the first day again, because that's what also happened on the first stretch of travel. Next time we play, we will be kind of rolling through the travel up till Gedlin over the course of the next 4 days. There may be some minor encounters, but you guys have done the hostile encounter for this journey. So we will go from there.
Yeah, dude.
Hell yeah.
Kyle, I have a question for you.
Uh-huh.